class. So today we will study about the partnerships advantages and disadvantages. We have already studied about its feature and definition of partnership in earlier class. Now today we will start with the advantages and disadvantages. So in the first is merits. So first in merit, that is easy to form. So there is no legal requirement is required under the Partnership Act that the business needs to register. So there is no legal requirement is there or no pressure is there that you get your business registered. If you want, you can run your business without registering also. There is no harm in that. Okay. So easy to form, no legal requirement is there under the Act of Partnership Act, under the Partnership Act. Okay. So whenever you want, you can start your partnership business, or whenever you want, you can close your partnership business. Then we talk about the second thing, balance decision making. So under balance decision making, we can say in partnership firm, all partners divide the work according to their specialization or usage, according to their skill and knowledge. So here, what happens? The work becomes very easy and the business is able to be managed properly. So if you, each and every partners are involved in the business and they take the work which they know or up to their knowledge, they work accordingly. So after dividing the work, that somebody will do some work and other person will do the other work. So like they do the division of work, and that result them in the help, or you say that help them to manage the business in a best way. Okay. Now, when we talk about the third one, large financial resources. So under this large financial resources, see here there is no there is no one person. Okay, if you talk about the area, the number of the person who is involved in the business are more than one. Okay, so one person is not there. So we can say the capital investment or the money which is going to be invested in the money, that is brought by two person or more person. Okay, not by the one person. So capital which is accumulated here, or you say which is gathered here now by the different partners, are surely more than sole proprietorship and joint in the family business. So that quite large amount of you say the capital is gathered in the partnership form of business. Okay. Then now we talk about the fourth one, risk share. Now, if we talk about the risk sharing, that is means the loss in the business. Okay. So risk sharing here, but whatever the huge loss may occur in the business, but here is not only one person is not going to bear all the losses. Here, all the four partners, suppose the company is having four partners or a partnership of four people or partnership of two people, then both of them are going to face that loss together. Okay, nobody is separate from the loss. Either it may be possible that they may share the loss in the sharing profit sharing ratio. That means that how much capital they have given to the business. Okay, according to that, they may share the losses. But if their property is not sufficient, if the business property is not sufficient for the to fulfill the debts or liabilities of the outsiders, then in that case, their personal properties will be also intact with it. Okay. Then last one, secrecy. Now, secrecy in the business is when this you say accounts are not published. Okay, in open, or for the, you say for the public, they do not publish their accounts. So whatever decisions or whatever the functions which are carried in the business, they all are carried by the partners only. So there is no chance of leakage of their secrets or their main ideas to the outsiders. So what happens here? All the partners are working, so no person is coming and contacting them. Okay, all partners are there. All the major decisions are taken by the partners only. So all the works are performed by the partners only. So none of the any manager or any person is coming in the business and they are knowing the secret of the business. So it is not like that. So here means to say that in this, secrets are maintained by the partners only. Nobody is going to come and check your business, or the secrets of your business are not going outside. Then now we have talked about the merits. Now we are going to see the demerits. So under demerits, okay, unlimited liability. So under this unlimited liability, see here when the business faces the loss, in that case the liabilities of the partners are unlimited. If the business properties are sufficient to meet up the liabilities of the outsiders or the creditors, then in that case that properties of the business will be sold and their liabilities or their debts will be cleared. But in case if the business amounts or business property or business stuffs are not sufficient, in that case the creditors may ask or the outsiders may ask the partners' personal properties to be also for the claim. Okay, so there in that case their personal properties will be also sold in the market so that the loss can be covered. So that is why it is said unlimited liabilities. Now, second thing, limited resources. So if your partnership firm or your partners are planning for a large business, then it is your capital which you people have brought that is limited, because in the partnership firm there or in the partnership the numbers of the partners are also limited, and the amount brought by each and every partner is also very small for the large scale industries or large scale operation. So if you open your business more than specified, means suppose you want to grow your business, then a specified criteria or large specified spaces, or you want to say one criteria is there, up to that criteria you can grow your business or extend your business, but after that that large amount of capital will be required for large business. Okay, so in that case that your capital, your investments by each and every partner which you people have bring together for the forming a business or partnership business, in that case it will become short. So for large scale industries, or sorry, not large scale industries, for large form of business, you need much more capital. So which is very less in compared to partnership form. Okay, so that is means your limited resources or your limited capital is not sufficient for large scale business. Right. So now we talk about the other one. So conflict. So in this, see, when you people form a partnership firm or partnership business you want to do, in that case, the partners, those who are there in the business, they come from the different families, different background or different reason. Okay. So maybe there, whenever you people take a discussion or whenever you people take a decision, there will be a conflict of thinking. Okay, a conflict of thought may be there because they are coming from different places. Okay, they are not coming from the same family or from the same area. So they are from different reasons, different knowledge is there, different background is there. So the conflict among the partners is common. Okay, So if you have a rigid attitude in your business that no, it would be like this, it will be like that in that case, that is sure for rise of conflict to be there. So in that case, the conflicts arises in the business. Now, next one, lack of continuity. So lack of continuity in that case, suppose if partner is not working properly. Second thing, partner is dead or partner is insolvent or is corrupt. Okay, in that case, what happens? On the death of the partner or insolvency of a partner, partners can ask the firm to dissolve. Okay, so in that case, the partnership firm is going to close, or your business is going to close when the partner is asking for this. Then next one, lack of public confidence. Okay, lack of public confidence is there. Why in your business there is lack of public confidence is there? Because see, these are not bounded companies, okay, or these are not bounded firms who needs to publish their accounts to the public. Okay, so you're not you're not legally bounded to publish you open your secrets or open your account for the public. So you people can gain the trust of the public. So it is not required in that. So people is not trusting. That is the big demerit for your business. Why? Because they don't know. Maybe possible that you may do the fraud or you may show your false statements to the public to attract the public. But in that case, what you do, you don't show that. So you are not legally bounded. Your company is not being audited. So your business is not being audited. See, many things are there. That is why, like this. Okay. So because of that only, the public loses the interest in your business. So if you would have been publishing your company's accounts, plus your companies have been regularly audited by the government officials and all, so that would have created the interest plus or confidence for a public, so they may look for your business. But it is not like that in your partnership business. So that is why lack of public confidence is there. Then risk of mutual agency. Okay, risk of mutual agency. In that case, what happens? Suppose you're one partner. Now, what happens in the risk of mutual agency means one partner is signing a contract with the outsider. It is binding all the partners to perform that task, or that entering that all the partners into that contract. So it is there. Suppose if one of your partner is being corrupted, or he just for his personal profit, he made a contract with the outsider, and then that happened that your business is going to face a loss due to some of the wrong decision by one of your partners. So in that case, risk of mutual agency is also there. So suppose one partner is getting profit by the outsiders and other partners have been taken into loss. Okay, so that is the risk of mutual agency. So this is all for today. We'll meet up in next class. Till then, thank you.